Hi, my name's Amanda Easton. I'm a performer, singer-songwriter from Sydney, Australia. I make retro-inspired theatrical electronic pop. But when I'm not doing my own music, I do cabaret, cover band gigs, solo gigs, tribute shows, recording sessions. Welcome to my Circle of Light vlog.
But I'll be watching you from here.
Hi there, how are you going? I'm just dropping by to check in and see how you're doing in these strange times. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty well, I reckon. I have a day every now and again where I think I'm dreaming. I'm a really big reader and sometimes I get caught up in the worlds of the books, like I'm sure we all do, that I'm reading, and I think, oh yeah, I must be reading about, you know, the zombie apocalypse, and then I think, no, this is the world at the moment. But most of the time I got to say I'm doing well, and I really hope you are too. I don't think all of us can expect to be chipper the whole lot of the time when the news is going by like it is, and personally I try and avoid the news most of the time, and I feel like I'm much happier. And I tell you what, I don't think I've ever worked so hard for so little. Well, not for a long time anyway. Maybe when I was starting out in the world of singing, and I did a lot of gigs for free and that kind of thing, but that's all right. I feel like I'm achieving a lot. I was already working on a new album for this year, and I've got time to do more of that, so that's good. Speaking of feeling good, I almost never do these kind of things at night, because in the old order I would be working at night mainly, but I don't know if it's a good idea to drink and live. But here we go. If I start slurring, then you can turn me off. Luckily, it's just like a TV. Just turn me off. But I do hope you're doing well, and send me messages and let me know how you're going, because I think, if anything, it's an excuse these times. I'm going to embarrass myself and have to put on my glasses to see everybody. Hi, Jose. I'm unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish, but I will translate that later on. I know Google will do a translate for me quickly, but I hope you're doing well. So yes, this, I think of all times, this is the time that we can keep in touch more and more. And hi, Annalisa, how are you? And Debbie, how you going? I did that without my glasses. How good's that? So, but I'm going to press the screen here and send you a wave. And I'm loving the cyber soirees. I've been doing a few WhatsApp and Zoom chats with friends, and I feel like I'm almost catching up with friends more than I normally do. Hi, John Appleseed Walker. I'm bouncing from live stream to live stream. Oh, is there competition? Is there? Okay, that's good. It's good there's a lot of stuff happening and a lot of people to catch up with, and that's what we like. And I'm thinking, you know, hi, John. You managed to make it. Are you wearing a mask and are you doing your shopping? So, you know, you can catch people at all sorts of odd times, can't you? And you may well be wearing a mask and doing your shopping as we speak. And of course, it's nighttime in Australia. It's about 8:30, and it's the eve of Good Friday. So what are you doing for Easter? I didn't hoard toilet paper, I didn't hoard pasta, but I did hoard chocolate. And I thought of my young son and thought, we can't be locked up with no Easter eggs. That would be an absolute tragedy. So we have a cupboard full of Easter eggs and all sorts of other chocolate. And I'm hoping that Easter Sunday is a pleasant day, and I'm going to hide them all around the garden. And you know the best thing? There's not going to be a whole horde of kids to compete for the chocolate. There's going to be 3 people and a cat, and there's more chocolate than the 3 of us can cope with. So that's good news. But I'm thinking, you know, making diaries like this one, because this little live chat becomes part of my vlog, which is now a weekly. Hi Matt, how you going? This has become part of the vlog that's now weekly. It comes out every Friday. So I'll do this little catch up in the diary, and then I'll do something hopefully interesting musical to follow it with, either an interview, which I do fortnightly, or something else. And actually I've been spending the last couple of days doing an a cappella version of one of my songs. It's one of my personal favourites off my own songs, called Stolen. It's from the Chanteurs album, so it's an older one, and I've always loved the harmonies in that song, and I'm a bit of a harmony freak. I've done a lot of backing vocals for people, you know, over the years, and I love singing harmonies. It actually gives me a kind of a thrill, and there's a lot of harmonies, a lot of layers in that particular song, Stolen, and I've always thought it would make a good a cappella version. Not like the clever ones with the beatboxing and stuff, but it's just all about those vocal lines. So I've been spending the last couple of days organising that because I've never done that before. So just getting all the parts to match up, and yeah, so I'm going to be putting that on the end of the video diary. So when this gets uploaded sometime tomorrow, that will be on there as well. So please check it out. And you can subscribe at YouTube if you want to catch up with those weekly videos. But I figure videos like this, it's funny, I'm become really interested in the Spanish flu era. It's almost like I feel like it comforts me somehow that, you know, a whole lot of people got through that and the world bounced back, and so we can do the same. And we have a lot more technology and things on our side than they would have been in that era. But I love reading the personal recollections of people, either people, you know, years later talking about the past, or if they managed to get any actual, you know, records of the time. And of course, we're much luckier now because there'll be a whole lot of, you know, Facebook Lives and diaries that are, you know, videos and so many records that our grandkids can look back on. And I'm thinking when I'm old and grey and there's little ones running around my kitchen going, Grandma, why have you got a cupboard full of pasta and toilet paper all the time? And I can say, well, dear, that's because I lived through the coronavirus pandemic of 2020. And they'll whisper to each other and go, oh, she's so old. But don't you just know someone in your family that has cupboards full of cans and things like that? And I'm sure it's because they've been through something similar to us. Okay, now I have to read these messages. Wife shopping, I can't risk it with my chest. She's a good woman, John, and please stay healthy. Glenn, how are you? Detroit, Michigan. So what time is it there? It's, you know, almost 9:15 here, so in the evening. So I'm gathering it's the morning of Thursday. And so, yes, you said good morning, so it must be. And the other thing that I'm really starting to think about is all the wise things that people have said over the years in history. And one of the quotes that I read recently that I found gave me a lot of comfort was from Einstein, and I figure he's a pretty wise man. And he said, learn from yesterday, live for today. So I guess that's almost a message for the future that, you know, hopefully we will learn some lessons of what we're going through now. But at the same time, we don't want to live in the past and also don't want to live in the future too much. I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen in the future. Making my living as a full-time singer just seemed normal to me for so many years. It was my life. And I'm thinking, I know that music will bounce back eventually, but how long can I last without working? You know, do I have to consider something else? I mean, I did leave school and become, you know, I went to university and I did public relations and marketing, but I don't really want to go back to that, and it's been so many years I don't know what I'm doing anymore anyway. Hi, Pete from Philadelphia, good to see you. Good morning to you, good evening here. And there was another quote that actually, believe it or not, came from my young son's headmaster, who sent an email round to everybody, and I got to say, so impressed with our school. They've really looked after the kids, and all the online teaching and everything has been amazing. Hi, Chris, how are you? Good to see you. But a quote in his email was this: there are decades when nothing much happens. Then there are weeks when decades happen. And I think, I know certainly in Australia, but around the world, we've been through the mill. I mean, we had bushfires, we had floods, and now we've got this. So it's definitely all happening. But, you know, there are periods where lots of traumatic things happen in the world and we do get over it. So that's why I feel like I keep wanting to look at records from the past, just to bring me comfort that I know this is not the first bad thing that's happened in the world, and we have got through it before. So I know we will again. Okay, John, it's 11:40 a.m. in sunny Wiltshire. Are you hoping to do a UK tour in a year or so? I would absolutely love to. John, at the moment, I would just like to do a live gig. I've got withdrawal symptoms, as I'm sure Chris Connolly, who is watching, does too. Because like him, you know, I do 4 or 5, he probably does 10 gigs a week. And wow, it's in our blood, and not doing it feels really strange. And John, I would love to go to the UK and do some gigs, and to meet you, and to meet a whole lot of other people that I've only met on the internet. So yes, absolutely. I think I'm just going to be busting a gut to get out and do gigs wherever I can, especially touring overseas. That would be absolutely wonderful. I would love that. But I did say with my catch-ups that I would try my best to stay positive, and I looked up a couple of pieces of good news that I thought I would share. Not personal news. Everything's going fine with me, of course. But you may have already read that Delhi in India has got blue sky, and it's the first time in forever that they've had blue sky. And that's obviously because a lot of people are staying indoors. So that's good news. Even better, Ying Ying and Lili got it on. They mated. Oh, didn't I tell you who Ying Ying and Lili were? Sorry. They're pandas in the Hong Kong Zoo. And they've been together and been encouraged to be mating for the last 13 years. And they haven't managed it until recently. And they believe that the reason that they managed to mate this time is because the zoo has been closed since January because of the coronavirus pandemic, and maybe all they needed was a little bit of privacy. So I love that. I think that's such fantastic news. Anyway, I'm going to leave you here. It is Thursday night. It's almost Easter Friday in Australia. And let me have a look. Hopefully you'll be rushed off your feet with gigs when this is over. Absolutely, I really hope so. I do think people are going to be desperate to go out and want to experience live music again. I guess the only thing I'm worried about is when that will happen. Because with restrictions and social distancing, gigs are difficult. Hi, Steve. No, I've got to apologise. I haven't watched the video yet. I've put a big star next to it, and it's something that I'm going to do this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'll definitely send you a message. Please, guys, anyone that plays music, send me messages with links in. I might take a while to get to it, but I always do. And I love seeing what everybody else is up to musically. Anyway, have a great Easter. I'm a little bit ahead of the time for the overseas folk, but you're getting to it soon. And I hope you get a chance to have some family time and some time off work if you're lucky enough to be working.
Been such a long time, but here you are on my mind, like back in another time, before we got left behind. I write a blue melody to remind you of me, so that the heart in me won't weigh so heavily. I know it's too late today, and I know I walked away, but I was just hoping you'd tell me to stay. I know it's too late today, but I felt I had to say, I never wanted it stolen away. The calendar hanging here still says it's July last year, before the change in the weather, when things were much better. Please don't get me wrong, things couldn't go on, and now that they're said and done, the world keeps on spinning on. I know it's too late today, and I know I walked away, but I was just hoping you'd tell me to stay. Stolen away, stolen away. Stolen away, stolen away.
I hope to see you in a week's time here somewhere on Facebook Live, or I'll see you on YouTube, or send me a note. All the best. See you later.
But I'll be watching